What's up? We are now at Passion Republic Studios, one of two major local game studios that worked on the game Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Today, we will be interviewing CERN, the founder of Passion Republic himself. Let's go!
Alright, so we have been involving in the creative process, such as like the storyboarding, visualization on the game. So we are given the brief from the art directors on the game story and also the mechanic of the game. So we need to like visualize the game level and also the mechanic or the stories. Besides that, we also involve in asset creation, such as treasure, collectibles, and interactive asset, such as like the train that you see in the finale of the game. How was it like? It has been definitely one of the most challenging experience that we have. Yeah, because as you know, Naughty Dog is one of the best developer in the world. So it does have certain pressure behind, you know, this initiative, but definitely it helped boost the team's motivation when working with them. It has been a very challenging and exciting experience, I would say. On the first initiative when we work on Uncharted 4, the top challenge would be the time frame that we have, because we need to like go into the project at the last milestone of the project to help finish the whole, I mean not the whole, like a lot of the treasure within like 1 month time before the game was released. So the time was really a top challenge for us back then, because we are not familiar with all the unique workflow that Naughty Dog has, but we need to really pick things up and run on the spot for that. On the second project that we work on, which is the Lost Legacy, because we are also involved in the creative process, so it's really important for us to be up at their level to think about the game design and the story about the game, and we need to like go through a lot of iteration to find the best or the most relevant solution to provide creative or storyboards to the game. We spent about 6 months' time working on the storyboarding and visualization for the game, the DLC. So we work on daily basis with the art directors. So we would like create artwork and then send it to Naughty Dog, and we'll get sometimes the same day feedback, sometimes the next day. So the iteration goes on and on. Usually we'll start with something, you know, from the script, but then at the end it will look sometimes totally different. In terms of the changes, I would say it's kind of normal in the game industry, because like someone did say, like there is a great quote of like making a game is just like finding a gem in total darkness. So you will need to like find like story elements and that really complements the gameplay or game mechanic. So a lot of times iteration is needed to perfect the game. So when working with Naughty Dog, we really had a lot of exploration or iteration along the way. Yeah, so we wouldn't say like when the things changes it will affect us, because Naughty Dog is a very reasonable developer. So whenever things get changes, we get extra time to work on the iteration. Keep up with Naughty Dog. Yeah, that's a very challenging task to do for sure. Usually what we'll do is we'll look at the game that they created in the past and like push the quality forward maybe 30 to 50% more, like the level of details or the quality of the texture and all that, yeah, to ensure it is up to the current quality. And we'll also get like a benchmark asset created in-house in Naughty Dog as a key reference. So usually we will put the assets side by side to compare, making sure they are at the same standards of quality. And how do we streamline our pipeline? Usually we had like dailies in the beginning of the day, so everyone in the team will gather to discuss about like the feedback or the challenges that we'll be facing on daily basis. And at the end of the day, we'll have another dailies to look at all the work that created by the team as well, so to make sure no one is like, off track. Well, what we learned the most is to believe in the process of iterating. Yeah, because like in a lot of times, younger artists would usually think like iteration is frustrating and it is a major blocker of creating a game. But through working with Naughty Dog, we are always able to make it at the end. So we really find the iteration process was one of the key process to achieve perfectness or a better game. So I think that is the best thing that we learned from this experience, rather than, for sure we have learned all the technical pipeline and all the quality benchmark and all that, but I think the most valuable is the ability to believe in the process of iteration. I couldn't quote like one in exact, but I could recall when we work on this title, the Drawn to Death game by David Jaffe, the original creators of God of War. So the art direction was pretty special, where the whole art direction is line drawings or sketches from 7 years old. So as an artist, we have been striving for creating a perfect art piece, but we never try to like create something not original but authentic to that setting. Like you need to literally find someone that is within that age group, like 7 to 10 years old, to just sketch for you. And yeah, so our artist is having kind of like a challenge during that period to mimic that essence. Yeah, that was one of the challenge that we face on that project. In my personal perspective, because I couldn't say from other people's perspective, I think it is because our experience or readiness to execute an IP. Because I believe everyone has idea. If you ask your friend when you go Yam Chow or whatsoever, everyone has great idea. But I believe the execution part is also very crucial. Yeah, so the current goal for us is to nurture like everyone towards the same goal. Because like I mentioned before, game development is not just creating cool animation or cool modelings or cool artwork, but in terms of game design, the story and mechanic is also important. So we need to like really nurture a more matured or ready community that could complement both. Then it would be a better timing to create your own IP, I would say. Yeah. I would say our goal and passion is to nurture as much talent as possible, because we believe like when the art or game development community is ready in Malaysia, good things would happen naturally. So our focus has been always believing in that. So I believe Malaysians should be passionate about the industry and also determined about the industry as well. So as long as we keep on our goal long enough, we believe we could build a better, a more self-sustainable game development industry or community. Yeah, and I think that is something important to achieve to greater heights.